There's a lot of sellers out there who wonder why they're not getting any sales, they're not getting any traffic, or they're getting traffic, but they're not getting any sales. Maybe they're running Etsy ads, maybe they've done SEO and everything is dialed in and they're like, but they're making sales over here. I'm not making sales. Why am I not making sales? And usually, not always, but usually the problem lies within the person creating the designs. And here's why. I'm just going to say it. They suck. I, I'm sorry. I don't want to offend anyone, but sometimes we have to be honest with ourselves. Listen, I'm not a great designer. Could I probably squeak by? Yes. My wife, on the other hand, she's a better designer. She's got a better creative eye. Now, if that's not you, you have to be honest with yourself or ask people that will be honest with you. Seriously, ask people that will be honest with you. Because if I was to look at your stuff and I'm thinking, oh, I see why that stuff doesn't look good, or oh, look at their Etsy shop. Look at the colors. It looks like a kid threw this thing together. Like, who would buy this? And if you think about that, and if you have someone that can be totally honest with you, they're going to save you so much time and energy, because no matter what you do with SEO, no matter what you do with Etsy ads, no matter what you do with your email list, if you have crappy designs and crappy looking products, you're probably going to have crappy sales. So how do you fix it? What if you're not a designer? How do you create good designs? Well, there's a couple things you can do. You can have a vision for what something looks like that's good. We can look at it and go, that's good, but you can't probably come up with something on your own. So you could just hire that out, by the way. You could go to a site like Fiverr or Upwork, and you can hire a designer to create it for you and probably cost you less than 20 bucks a design. The other thing you can do is you can use different elements from like maybe Creative Fabrica or inside of Canva, even. Like, they have resources in there that you can use, but you still have to have an eye to kind of put these things together and to make it look good. So you can have someone else do it, or you can learn it and you can get better at it. And now, I'm not saying that you can't get to the place of where you're creating good designs and good looking products and a good looking shop. I'm not saying that, but you may need to take a time out, and you may need to go to design school. All right. You may need to go to design school. And I don't mean like go to school, but I mean, you might need to educate yourself and practice and get good at it, or at least good enough so you can compete with the others that are selling in your market and in your niche. But this is really important because I see a lot of people doing this. I mean, I have done Etsy audits for people, and I will come right out with them and say, listen, do you want me to be honest? You're like, I want you to be 100% brutally honest, because you're not doing me any favors if you're not. And I'm like, okay, your banner, not good. It reminds me of, it's just something that you just threw together, and it doesn't look like you have a good eye for design. And they thank me for it because it is the truth. And then if they look at it and they're like, wow, why didn't my family tell me that? Because your family doesn't want to hurt your feelings. I'm here to hopefully be honest with you and really have you be honest with yourself, because at the end of the day, you want to succeed. I want you to succeed. So we have to look at, okay, we're not getting any sales. If those other boxes are checked, meaning you have a well optimized listing because you're good at optimization now, right? You've learned it. You understand a good title, a good image, good description, good tags. You understand all that. Great. And you're like, you know what? I'll even throw $5 a day at it and see if I can't rank and get up there and start getting some sales. And you do that. And you're like, I'm getting traffic, I'm getting views, but I'm not getting sales. We need to look at the designs. We need to look at the quality of what you're putting out there in the marketplace, right? We need to look at maybe the images that you're using. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe we just need to tweak the images. But this is something that, man, if it was me, and I was putting stuff out there and I just couldn't see it. I mean, some people are colorblind, by the way. I don't know if you knew that. There's, it's a thing. So sometimes you don't see it, but someone else will see it. So if I was you, I would either look at it yourself, and if you can go, yeah, that's probably not that great, or ask 5 people, random people, and ask them, what do you think? Do you like this? Is there something here that you don't like? What's missing? And then from there, you need to come up with a plan. You either need to learn it, so you need to call a timeout, learn some design, get better at it, or hire it out. All right? Because you have to think about it. If you purchased a design from a designer for $20 and you were to get that product to start selling, it's going to pay for itself probably in the first sale. All right? So look at this as an investment as well, but I can't stress that enough. And I want to be the one here that's going to be honest with you. And sometimes you got to have someone like that in your life. And hopefully, maybe I just woke you up. Maybe I just helped you out. All right. So that's what I would do. You're not getting sales, but everything else is dialed in. Look at the inner self and take a look at it and say, hey, is it me or is it something else? And then from there, you can adjust accordingly.